Details of a terrifying attack on a child in Pulaski County. The 12-year-old boy was attacked in February by two of his neighbor's dogs. And what the family says is most disturbing, one of the dogs involved in the attack is a Pulaski County K-9, and the handler responsible is a department supervisor. Investigative reporter Kevin Wormhold has the details.
Thankfully, the child is recovering from his physical injuries, but according to his mother, the most significant hurdle lies in overcoming the mental scars left by the attack.
They was screaming, my little brother was screaming. The other dog just kept a hold of his legs. Their dog came over and they attacked my 12-year-old brother. I'm very angry right now.
This has been an awful experience. Absolutely nothing has been done about this whatsoever.
Michaela Johns is a single mother of 3 and just moved into this Star City home in January. Every morning she leaves for work at the local hardware store, and her 15-year-old son Adrian gets his younger brother Alexander and sister Chloe on the bus. On February 29th at about 7 a.m., Johns received a heart-stopping phone call.
He's my 15-year-old, was completely freaked out. All I heard was Seth's dogs bite Alexander, and I dropped everything and I ran.
She rushed home, her motherly instinct kicking in as soon as she got in the door.
I checked his, wounds and everything. It was broke through in one spot. The other spot was, you could see scratches and where it was already starting to bruise around it.
Her 12-year-old son, Alexander, had been attacked by two of her neighbor's dogs, one a German Shepherd and the other a Dutch Shepherd.
I look over, I see two dogs over, next to my left, and one of them growls at me, and so I run the other way. The other one comes to my side and blocks my way to my brother, so I couldn't go to my brother.
Terrified, Alexander tried to run through the cornfield and tripped.
They started jumping on my back. One went up the back of my shirt and started trying to bite my back, but didn't really get up there, and the other one bit the back of my leg, and so I started screaming and for my brother to come over, and he comes over and tries to gets him off.
Loki kept attached to his leg, and then
And he ran up and just kicked him.
Yeah.
After you kicked him, he took off?
Yeah, he looked at me for, he let go, he looked at me for a minute and then ran to back on this side of the cornfield.
Johns called the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department and 2 deputies responded.
They said we didn't have an animal control here in Pulaski County, and so they had to take care of that.
What is most concerning for the mother of 3 is that one of the dogs that attacked her son is a highly trained weapon for the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department, a Dutch Shepherd named Loki.
Growls, off, roll over.
ABC 57 News did a Beyond the Badge segment back in September of 2021 about Loki and his handler, Seth Barton, who happens to be John's neighbor.
Sheriff Schramm came out to see me, and he apologized for everything. He said that to be assured that he would take care of everything, and that he told Seth that Loki needed to be leashed and his dogs needed, to be controlled.
But according to Johns, that didn't happen. She claims this video was taken after the incident on February 29th. Loki, unleashed and unsupervised.
And in my opinion, that's a lethal weapon. That dog should not be loose at all.
ABC 57 obtained this copy of the incident report through the Freedom of Information request. Now, the report is labeled Dog Bite Report Information Only, and nowhere in the report does it indicate the dog in question is an off-duty canine. It also lists Seth Barton's role as a person involved, not as an off-duty sergeant who was responsible for Loki. Also, the report provided to ABC 57 News indicates in the bottom left corner of the documents that it was run on February 29th by S. Barton on the date of the incident. This shows Barton, a supervisor, reviewed a report which his subordinates took. According to Pulaski County Department guidelines for canine handlers, when off-duty, the canine may be let out of the kennel while under direct control of the handler. An attorney representing the county denied our request for disciplinary records for Sergeant Barton. This incident has the family on high alert, especially Alexander.
The slightest thing, you know, we get out of the van at nighttime and he sees the basketball in the cornfield and he's jumpy because he thinks it's the dog. You know, he has nightmares.
I've like had to change stuff in my life. Like in the morning, I had to get drove down the driveway.
We asked for an interview with Sheriff Chris Schramm. We have yet to be granted that interview. We're also working on getting the body camera footage from the responding deputies. It's unclear if an internal investigation is happening or if disciplinary action will be taken against Sergeant Barton for violating department policy. Reporting in studio, Kevin Wormhold, ABC.